sorry about that. My everything decided that it was time to break. I blame it on all of the effects happening on Multiverse right now. So, so like I said, yes, a group of laughing children run up, and they offer out to you their own like clumsily woven flower crowns with these big, toothy, super excited grins. Hello. They're mostly that yellow crocus flower that you've seen before. I will put images so you guys know exactly what flowers I'm talking about, because they will be making appearances throughout the campaign. And they are held together with long snowdrop stems and the occasional red berry. And they hold them out to all of you. All of you have like one being held out. They're not super well made, but these kids are so excited to hand them to you because it's a tradition in this festival for you to be wearing these flowers. The flowers are a big symbol. So they hold them out to you.
Karen immediately takes the flower and puts it on their head. They're so excited for the gift.
Yeah. Crander's also gonna take it, and then he's gonna have like a slight smirk after looking at it, and then put it on his head and smile at the kids.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put it on while I'm playing my power. Oh, while I'm just going off. I'm just having to put it on my horns and shit.
Oh. Ren reluctantly takes the flower from the child.
Yeah.
And then forces a weak little smile at the kid.
I'll take it.
Sandra grins and she doesn't stop playing, but she kneels down and like ducks her head underneath it so it gets put on.
All right, that's very cute. I like that image. I give that a thumbs up. Okay.
Muriel
yes.
gratefully accepts the flowers.
Okay, that should be everyone. So, you all have your lovely flower crowns that are gifted to you by these children, and they're so excited that you took them. Like, I want to be so honest with you, and I want to paint this picture. Like, these kids are practically vibrating. Like, when you take them, like, they're all high-fiving with each other, and then, like, one of them gets a look from one of their parents scattered around, like a bit of a scolding look, and kind of cowed. They're like, oh, right, thank you, and I hope you enjoy the festival. And they're like laughing, and they're trying really hard like to not like laugh at each other while they skip and they bounce off, all except for one of the kids. Lysandra, one child holds up one singular elegant pink primrose to you. I described them as primroses earlier. They're supposed to be camellias, but I've already said they were primroses, so we're gonna stick with that. Holds up an elegant pink primrose to you. The center is deep enough that it dips to red. And they're like, my sister wanted me to give this to you. And they chirp. It's like a little bird. And they look a little mischievous when they say that. Like, they know exactly what this means. And they point back into the crowd to a young wood elf woman. And she has, like, long, deep brown hair tied in a long plait down her back with the same kind of collection of snowdrops, crocus, and holly woven into it. And light brown skin. It's like lightly freckled across the nose. And when she notices that she's being gestured at, her eyes go like really wide, and her cheeks and like nose like darken, like she's blushing. And she offers like a weak little like deeply embarrassed wave and smile. And she's like,
Sandra stops playing long enough to take the flower. Sit behind. Wink towards the sister.
you're cutting out again.
Ah! Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sandra's gonna stop playing for a second to take the flower with this. Tuck it behind one of her, so it kind of almost looks like it's a joint crown.
You're still cutting out.
Ah!
You might just have to turn your sensitivity down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that better?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Right. The Sandra's going to stop playing for a moment, take the flower with a smile, tuck it behind her ear, and shoot a wink at the sister. Crowd.
Excellent. Perfect. The girl's like blush like darkens even further, and the kid laughs and skips off. But before they do, they're like, oh, by the way, if you like it, and here they like get like that giggly thing that kids do when they talk about like people like having crushes and stuff, and they're like, if you like it, like it, you're supposed to give one back. And then they skip off. They don't give you time to respond. They're a kid. They don't want to hear about this mushy stuff. This is like the biggest favor to their sister that they're doing this at all. They immediately skip off. You don't have to figure. Oh, I was saying you don't have to figure out what you're gonna do with it right now, because you'll have to get the flower if you choose to reciprocate.
Sandra's going to take note of that and keep an eye out for a pink primrose.
Excellent. Okay. But y'all are still having your bard off, from what I hear. Excellent. Good for you. What are the rest of you up to? Ren, you traveled to listen to Lysandra. Crander, you also did. Muriel, and Karen, what are you guys up to?
I know.
I will inform you if you don't have any ideas. Further down the road, there are 2 more buildings of note. There is a small general store. A sign with faded paint hangs over the door, denoting it the Rose and Thistle. One person here should know what that title is from.
I do!
Yes, okay, you are the one person that I was referencing.
That is, I break it immediately.
I could not help myself. It is stolen from a song title from one of our favorite bands. So the general store is titled The Rose and Thistle. It's got with faded paint. It has a large front windows illuminating the place in natural light should it be daytime. Right now it just kind of makes it darker. It's not particularly large. And then across the road from that is a building of darker wood. Unlike other buildings, it is mostly draped in holly. And the sign here is better maintained and reads Nightshade Apothecary in crisp white lettering.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured.
One more time, what was the Rose and Thistle?
That is your general store.
Okay.
Is that the one with the
Karen's
bread in the
gonna-
front?
The what?
The bread.
The bread?
The bread.
Oh,
Right.
in Multiverse?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be so real with you guys. I don't think you'll be able to enter these places because we were running a bit behind schedule. That's a question for Parker, and I
can make a place real quick. Yeah.
yeah, if you want to make a place real quick, go ahead. You don't have to decorate it. You don't have to add NPCs. Just have a location.
So what place do you want me to make real
So,
quick?
Saki, we have a general store and an apothecary.
Okay, yeah, I can make those.
I'm gonna go into the general store if you do wanna
Okay.
focus on that one.
Give me a minute, please.
So okay. This is a great time for us to stall.
Yeah, and the rest of you, I really want you to understand this festival is like the one like big indulgence and luxury that this town has. This is not a big town. This is a town on the very edge of the Exonate Kingdom. They are mainly a farming town, and considering how the weather has been for many, many years here, calling it a farming town is almost generous. Their crops have been failing. They worry about their people starving every year. I would say every winter, but it's winter year round here, so it's a bit of a struggle. You would wonder why they don't turn to other professions to keep them fed, and some do, but there's not much else around here. And it's all they've ever known. The weather was not always like this. So it is this moment in time for these people is either a very joyous occasion. This is their hope. This is their tribute to the goddess Ielia that this will be the year. This will be their year, that their crops will grow and their people will get to feed, and they just know it. It's going to be this year, because the more we do it, the harder we go, the harder we party, the more we contribute, the more we do in her honor, the more likely she is to bless us. And then you have the other party of townsfolk, and as every year passes, they celebrate less and less. They get more and more bitter towards the future, because if it hasn't worked yet, why would it work now? obvious either we're doing something wrong or she doesn't care. But at this point, why are we still trying this? It's not going to change anything. So you essentially have these two camps of townsfolk, and every year as the festival goes on, they each both grow more fervent in their beliefs. And there's really not a lot of people left in the middle. You really kind of just got those two sides. There's not a whole bunch of people that have a middle ground at this point. So I really want to paint the image of the town that you're in and the kind of environment that it is. This is, regardless of what side you are on of this debate, there is a sense of desperation to this celebration. Because if it doesn't work, then either they were proved right all along, or people are going to start dying, to be completely frank and honest with you. So regardless of what side you're on, there's that sense of desperation. And I do believe that a lot of the... Wow, my entire screen just flashed yellow with whatever you guys did. And I do believe that even those of them that are starting to lose their belief in this festival want to be proved wrong.
So I'm pretty much just gonna be chilling out, enjoying the time with the townsfolk, and I'm gonna put my hope towards this as well.
It's a very happy environment. I think if you didn't speak to people, if you just viewed from the outside, you wouldn't be able to immediately tell. But as you look around more, you see some people are sitting just outside of the firelight. They're nursing drinks. They're not participating in any of the songs. They're not, clapping along with anything. They're not enjoying the food that has been laid out, as this is a feast. As much as a feast can be held in this sort of place. They're just watching. They're still there. It would be taboo to be in your home on this night, regardless. But they are not contributing or participating in the revelry. And it's not something you would immediately notice, but the longer you guys spend outside in this town square, the more you start to see signs that things are not all as happy and joyous as the festival would lead you to believe.
All right. I'm gonna say I've gone into the general store.
Alright, so you're able to make it in there.
Oh wow!
Where?
It look good. It looks good because I can't log back into Multiverse for some reason. So the apothecary might take a hot second.
Did you make the general store?
Yeah, I made the general store. Does it look good?
I don't know.
You can.
Which one is
It's the house closest to spawn.
Oh Jesus!
Is it the titled Fancy Magic Shop? I think that's the one.
Yeah, it's titled Fancy Magic Shop, even though I renamed it to General Store. But yeah, it should be.
I know what you're talking about.
Portal
Right,
General
sweet.
Shop. Go alone. I'm not making you all
You
go
want-
with me.
To interact with.
My
and
multiverse
buy
magic.
This is an
things.
excellent general shop for just being pulled out of your ass.
I mean, I can make items. It'll take me a hot second. And by a hot second, I mean like probably 5 minutes max.
I just complimented
Hello.
you. You do not need to do more.
What's up?
Alright. Why is a multiverse loading? This is making me so sad.
Okay. So there's more people here.
Oh, like in the chat.
No, in the shop than I expected. Okay, so sure, we'll make our shopkeep Annabelle. Okay, so so you enter this town, and you there are two people. Oopsies. Working this shop. I do actually have the shop's description if you would like it, if my computer doesn't crash on me again.
I would love it as soon as you can find
Yes.
it.
So inside, it's not particularly large, but it has shelves of various things town people and adventurers alike may need. I don't have a super detailed description. It's a general shop. It's neat. It's orderly. It seems well cared for. There seems to be a system of organization. I mean, in general, it just seems like a pretty well put together place, if unremarkable. In the daytime, you can tell it would be a lot brighter. There'd be a bit of a natural light. But right now, the large windows at the front just make the whole place seem a little bit more darker and claustrophobic. In fact, as you enter, Annabelle, who is our shopkeep, looks a little bit displeased that you've walked into her store at all. She kind of looks up from where she sat and sends like a glare your way. Not exactly a glare, but a pointed look your way. And her little companion Riza hops up and is immediately like, yes, hello, how can I help you today? And before you can respond, she actually keeps talking, even though you can tell that she doesn't want to keep talking, but like she doesn't seem to be able to help herself. And she's like, we're actually not supposed to be open, but because of the festival, we are open late, and by late, I mean pretty much all night. So we're really excited to be doing that and not be out there. I'm going to stop talking now before I say anything else that I'm not supposed to. And if you look over at Annabelle, you see she has turned that pointed glare to the back of Riza's head. It was very obviously not supposed to be saying stuff like that. So Riza claps her hands together. It's like, yes, right. Anyway, help you now tonight.
What art thou doing?
Karen just kind of stares for a moment, not sure what to do about the monologue they just received. I was just looking around. I haven't got a chance to come. I can go. I can come back tomorrow.
Oh, no, totally. Like, don't worry about it. Like, we're open anyway. Might as well have people. There goes multiverse. It just crashed.
Oh, fun.
We'll see if it's back online. Cool, excellent. Anyway, we're also, hello, hi, welcome to the stream. It is our first session of Eye of the Storm. Riza's like, yes, no, like totally, if we're gonna be open, we might as well have customers, because then it is a waste of all of our time and funds, and I really don't want to put that pressure on you, so I'm gonna be quiet. And as Riza keeps talking and saying these things, Annabelle moves out from behind the counter and is now kind of standing there and is like, I'm sorry for her. She's new here and not the most adept with people, but certainly a hands behind the counter.
Karen is just like getting the vibes that this is not, they want to be alone, but doesn't know how to leave the situation because how could they without seeming rude? And that's not something that's in their nature. So they kind of like walk up to the counter a little bit more just to be able to interact a little better. They go, have you been enjoying the festival the past few days?
When you do this, Riza, like the moment like that the conversation between you two ends, Riza like scampers, like skitters off. They give off the vibe of somebody who's very nervous, kind of like impatient. They wanted to be talking to you, and at the same time they didn't. And the moment that the conversation is done, they're immediately back to organizing the shelves. Like, that's where they want to be. That's where they are happy. They organize the shelves, and, like, the whole world falls away, which is relatable. Me too. So you're speaking to Annabelle, who is the shop owner. This is her shop. She is a tiefling. She has, like, it's almost like a purplish red hair, just tied in a low ponytail down her back. And she leans forward and I feel like she's trying to give off the aura of somebody who is far more well-traveled and sophisticated than she actually is. So she leans forward and she looks at you and she's like, yes, the festivities are absolutely wonderful around here this time of year. Unfortunately, the best I can say is I am enjoying viewing them from in here. And I'm happy to be, as this is the time of year for profit for us. But obviously, there is no pressure to buy any of our wares. And before you can respond, Karen, she like turns like a whip, looks over at where Riza is, and shouts, "That goes 2 spots over. You think you would know the organization around here by now." And Tuts shakes her head a little bit and turns back to you. "My apologies. As we were saying?"
Karen, like, just kind of backs up a tad. Very clearly it's not like a fancy establishment, but the type of people they hang out with are not the fancy type of any sort, and they're completely misconstruing the situation and assuming that this is not the place for them. So they look at Annabelle as they're backing up and go, "Oh, well, I'm glad that you've been enjoying the festivities. I am, even if it is from inside. It's very, very warm in here. Very glad to get out of the cold for a little bit."
Right, and you're sure you don't want to take a look at any of our wares? I mean, we have a little bit of what anybody could want. I mean, you know, from the lowest of the lows to the highest of the highs.
I'm sure. They kind of like reach into their pocket and like kind of pull it out to exemplify that they don't really have the money to spend anyway. Now wondering why they stepped into the general store in the first place. Clearly not the place for them. So they just go, once I find some work here, maybe I'll come back, take a little peruse. Farewell. I wish you the best of profit. And they go.
And then they bolt.
They are getting out of that situation. They were happy to get out of the cold for a little bit. It's time to go back to the festivities where they are a little bit more feeling welcomed.
Okay. So you had a very successful stop at the general shop.
Very productive.
Oh yeah, super productive. I will open the floor if anybody else would like to go to the general shop. There are things that you can get. Question mark? Saki?
I'll go in the general shop.
I am on the desktop app, buddy. My desktop, my multiverse is breaking. Okay, let's see if I can get it to not be broken.
There's a whole person missing. She's over there.
So Muriel, you're going to take a step into the general shop. If anybody else wants to do it, I say do so now so I don't have to do this 8,000 times.
Yep. I'm good.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a hot take here, and I'm gonna close out my multiverse and reopen it really quick, and that's gonna take a couple of minutes. I don't need it open to be reading this though, so.
Yeah, I do the same thing when mine crashed and looks like you're having the same issue, so.
Yes. So, okay, so you're gonna enter, Muriel, is anybody else entering the shop besides Muriel? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I'll enter, just to feel something.
Just to feel something. Okay, so you all are going to enter, anybody else? Going once? Going twice? Alright. Ren and Muriel, you are entering.
I just realized I was muted this whole time. I'm so fucking sad.
The general shop.
I'm like actually. Alright, update. Apothecary's almost done, and in terms of store items, Trent, I can shoot you a list. You do prices.
Excellent. That I can do.
All right.
And I'm gonna have to reset up my screen capture because it broke. But while that's going on, okay, you guys enter the shop, and Annabelle is there, and I'm gonna frame this as Karen is leaving. There's probably about a 10-second break. You two enter, and Annabelle is trying her hardest to not like roll her eyes right now. Riza looks a little bit happier to see you there than Annabelle does. Riza, once again, is going to jump over and be like, "Hi, yes, hello, welcome. We are the Rose and Thistle, Alnwick's best and only general store, but that means that we're the best and also the worst, but that's not the important part. How can I help you the lovely evening of the Festival of Lights, where this is definitely the place I'm sure you want to be?
Is he talking to both of us?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay. Ren just doesn't address her directly and just kind of looks around. And just like, what sort of ingredients do you have in here?
Ingredients? Ingredients for like what? Are you looking for meals? Are you looking for potions? Are you looking for ales? What's your poison?
Potions and ales.
And ales. Interesting.
Ow.
First thing in a second. Sorry, it's taking me so long.
You're totally good.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Keep scrolling.
Okay. I can keep stalling. It's a skill I have. Okay, so Riva's gonna like start like bouncing to try and take you back to the location of the ingredients that you require. Annabelle's going to stop you guys as you pass, and she looks a little bit interested now, and she's like, she doesn't give a shit about the potions. She's like, you're looking for ale ingredients?
Ren glances over at
Okay, cool.
Annabelle,
You got it, Papa.
and he's like, yes.
Yeah.
Why is that your concern?
It's not a concern. I'm intrigued. I am an absolute proponent of good ales, and this town is stagnated on our ale varieties for far too long. No, don't get me wrong. I love the snowdrop. Barley is a sweetheart, but it's much of the same. If you know what I'm saying, I'm looking for variety. What are you looking to brew for us?
Ren instantly gets annoyed by Annabelle.
A valid and fair reaction.
He just sees her as an obstacle. And so he just tries to give like a short response so that he can move on. He's like, I'm just trying to make whatever.
Are you a begin? Have you done this before?
Ren scoffs, kind of in disbelief, and then he just looks over at, what was the other one's name again?
Riva?
Yes. He looks over at Riva, and he's like, did you say that you had those ingredients?
Oh, right. Yes, I will take you there now. And they look over at Annabelle, like, in between their words as they speak, because Annabelle is her boss, and she's like, am we good to, is it rude? And Annabelle lets out a long, suffering sigh and is like, yes, go on. So Riva's gonna bounce you off that way. I'm still waiting on our list of supplies. So Muriel, what are you doing when you walk in?
I'm just kind of looking around, really. Muriel's kind of explore the world, so she's just looking at things.
Are you planning on buying anything tonight?
I forgot how to do her voice.
You got this.
I got it.
You got this.
I don't really know. I have the means to buy it, but I haven't seen anything that caught my. I can't get up these stairs. That caught my eye.
Alright, there's the first general list. You can add more if you want.
I have acquired our items for sale. All right. That's for. Is that for here? Or is that for the apothecary?
Well, you said potions, right?
I mean, yeah.
The general store would have potions. The apothecary will have more elaborate ones.
All right. So
Those are pretty-
I will describe to you some of the stuff that's available to you to buy. One of the things that's available for you to buy, which is very interesting, is that for 2 copper coins, you can buy a flower crown, which I think is funny that's available to you as they are being handed out freely right outside. There are a couple of other clothing items available to you. There's boots. There's fur-lined cloaks as it is quite cold. So there are fur-lined cloaks available to you here. There's there's stuff that's I don't think would be interesting to you. There's farmers' tools. There's bags. There's wheelbarrows. There's stuff to carry your wheat. There's copious amounts of seed, seeds, and there's little plants. This is again a farming town, so a lot of the stuff available at this general store is catered towards farmers. So you see a lot of that available to you. And then this part is what may interest you as well, Ren. For ingredients wise, for ales, you're mostly looking at yeasts. Because I'm making your ale a beer type because I don't know what ale is. And I refuse to look it up, and I refuse to accept anybody telling me what it is because it is what I say it is.
Oh.
There's also a couple of other spices available. They're all pretty basics. There's and it's an interesting mix. There's thyme, basil, cinnamon, things like that. And then in the very, very back, there are a handful of potions available to you. You will find a bright, bubbly red potion. That is a health... What?
I was going to say you don't have to tell them exactly what it is. It could be a guessing game.
It could be.
Gambling!
But that's not how shops work.
One of these days.
There's a bright, bubbly red potion. It's labeled as a health potion. There's a really thick, viscous, kind of gross looking brown potion that is labeled as a defense potion. There's a dark, swirling red. It's almost sparkly and shimmery. That is an attack, labeled as an attack potion. And then you have a cloudy white potion, and that is labeled as a utilities potion. Any of these items are available to any of you if you would like to take a look. And purchasing them, I will let you know their prices when you tell me what catches your eye. I will also have to take a look at what gold you guys have on your person, because I don't know off the top of my head.
You have 7 gold.
I have 10.
You have 10. Muriel, how much do you have?
You got a rich boy in here. I'm going to steal your money.
Oh.
How much money do you have, Muriel?
25.
25?
45!
25? Oh my god. We got some rich bitches here. Okay.
I have 10. What do you mean?
Having any gold makes you rich. Trust me.
Is it? Okay, well...
Gold pieces.
What?
I'm poor.
Yeah.
Actually, 24. You gave one to the...
2.
You did give one to the bar.
Baroque ass. I got 15.
Okay. So, I'm going to ask you first, Ren. Is there anything in this shop that interests you?
Ren grabs one of the potions off of... I'm assuming a shelf that it's on. Yes. I don't know what they're on, but... Okay. He grabs, the red, swirling, sparkly one.
Okay.
And just kind of, holds it in his hand, and then, just, inspects it. And I don't know if Riza's still nearby.
Yeah, Riza's a bit of a hoverer.
Okay. He just stares at it, and then, glares at the potion, and then glares over at Riza. And is like... What am I supposed to do with this?
Oh, right. That's our attack potion. And I'm gonna try and find a way to make this description make sense in character. It will. Well, I mean, it's kind of like a booster, right? It makes you feel stronger and more powerful. If you ever need to attack something out of character, that will mean that it will give you a +2 on your attack modifiers for 2 turns.
Ren holds up a finger to make her stop talking. And he's like, I don't mean what it does. I already know that.
Oh.
I mean, is this all you have in here?
Well, we have this selection. There's also, like, if you're looking for, like, ingredients for your ales, I know you mentioned that. That's a little bit over that way. And we have clothing and tool options downstairs. But, I mean, if you're looking for more elaborate potions, you're probably going to want to visit the apothecary down the street. That's kind of their specialty, and they'll have more of, like, the separated ingredients as well. That's not really what we do. We're kind of here for, like, the physical stuff, you know, and the more simple stuff. We're a little bit cheaper than they are. They tend to be a little more expensive, and they tend to be a little more elaborate. But potion-wise, yeah, that's it.
Ren raises his eyebrows at the mention of an apothecary.
Mm-hmm.
And he sort of tilts his head at Riza. An apothecary, you say?
Oh, yes. It's Nightshade Apothecary. They're, like, literally just across the street. Annabelle kind of sees them as, like, our rivals, but I don't really think so, because we sell two different things entirely. But yeah, I mean, I think they're pretty good. The shop owners kind of scare me a little bit. They're very intense, and the place is pretty dark, but I mean, they get the job done. They have stuff around here that I think people have found helpful. We don't really have a lot of, like, magic spellcasters or people that would normally do potions, so I guess I don't really know what makes it good, but I mean, it exists, and I think it's good. Nobody's ever complained about it, so that's gotta mean something, right?
Ren starts to walk past Riza towards the exit, but while he's doing so, he stops for a moment while he's right next to Riza, and then holds out the potion that he had grabbed before towards her, and he's like, word of advice, you should get better potions.
Damn, he's so mean. Okay, I do have a couple of other items for the general store, if anybody would like to hear them.
Yes.
We have a steel dagger, funky looking shoes, a key,
How funky.
and some mushrooms.
These are big chonker shoes.
They are funky shoes.
Big old stompers.
These are
Clown shoes?
What?
Clown shoes?
One more time?
Clown shoes?
No, not clown shoes.
they're wider than they are long.
They're also taller than
Oh.
they are.
True, they're also taller.
I need the picture. I can't
You need
imagine
a picture? I mean, I can find a picture, but that'll be for that. I'll only be able to show it to you later.
I heard gun shoes at first.
Gun shoe? That'd
Gun
be
shoe.
big.
I'm
would
writing
love
that
a
down
gun
to show up in
shoe.
a future store. I'm writing that down to show up in a future store's gun shoes.
Oh yeah, dude,
1000.
just making that kick in the balls extra devastating.
See, but if I make gun shoes, I think Kendra would kill me because I would not let them have a gun.
No, it's fine.
It's fine because it's
Everything
not
is
Kenny.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyways, Ren leaves.
Ren leaves.
He's gone.
All right,
He's
Muriel, is there anything here that's of interest to you?
I would like to look at the shoes.
Okay, so you look at these shoes, and Annabelle's watching you because Riva doesn't want to interact with anybody after they interacted with Ren is mean. So you look at these shoes, and they have like padding, like a thick sort of padding on the bottom, and what looks like springs that attach to the sole of the shoe, and they're very wide and chunky. They don't look super practical. Annabelle walks up to you, and she's like, "Oh, those are a bit of a fun little. I refer to them as a joke item, but some people really think they're quite helpful. They actually got banned from being worn at our long distance jump competition because it was deemed to make the competition unfair. When you look at these shoes, I want you to think of moon shoes. And what these shoes do is they will increase your jumping height by 15 feet, but while you are wearing them, your AC drops by 2.
Dang.
A personal favorite of mine.
Why?
Why not? It's fucking moon
They're
shoes.
moon
Amanda.
shoes. What do you
Get
mean
it together.
why? You get to woo.
Fucking moon
So
shoes.
true.
I love moon
Don't want
shoes.
moon shoes. I love moon shoes.
What was the other one you said along with the shoes?
There's
If you need a
steel
picture of moon
daggers.
Slip 'em up.
There's
Okay.
I'm sorry. There's a steel dagger. There's a key, a funky looking key, and there's mushrooms.
I'll take the key. What is the
So
key?
you look at the key. It
Should I
is
finish?
elaborately like carved, like the stereotypical big, almost like a club, like the card suit shape on top, the 3 semicircles with very intricate designs laid in. It's old copper. It looks a little bit rusted. It's got like, you know how copper turns green when it oxidizes? Statue of Liberty type style. Yeah, there's some green creeping in there. This is a skeleton key, and it can unlock any door 1 time.
How much?
How much did you say you had on your person again? 25 gold pieces?
24.
24 gold pieces? I'm going to put this, because this can be really helpful, probably at 5 gold pieces to start. I will let you know that the floor is open to negotiation or haggling or anything else that you would like to do. These are fully interactable NPCs.
Theft.
You would have to roll quite high, but it isn't up here.
Wait, what's my deception? I got a +6 in persuasion. Am I talking to Annabelle right now?
You are talking to Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Riza died.
No, Riza disappeared because you scared her. And you made her feel bad,
So
so
true.
she doesn't want to talk to anybody anymore. Muriel, if you're going to do this, I want you to commit. I want you to make me feel like you're convincing me as a person.
Okay. I feel like also my background would influence my persuasion.
It's already a +6. What more do you want from
Okay.
me?
Annabelle, I believe what
Mhm.
kind of voice was you doing before? Annabelle.
You got this.
So I've traveled the world the kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
to the kingdoms, and I've seen a lot of these keys.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't 5 gold be a little high? Maybe 3 would be the average price.
Roll
Maybe
persuasion?
bit of a steal for you.
Roll persuasion for me, please. 16 plus 6! Oh my god! Okay, Annabelle like looks you up and down for a long moment, and it's quiet like in here. Like there's nobody else talking. You can hear Riza like shuffling around upstairs, and finally it's like, well, I haven't had any other business tonight, and I'm not allowed to let my only customer walk out. And she sticks out one like perfectly manicured hand, and she's like, 3 gold, no less.
All right, deal.
I was like, I'm literally holding my hand out here. I don't know how long you want me to be holding this.
Yeah,
All right.
I didn't see.
I know you cannot see. You will be acquiring the skeleton key for 3 gold pieces, which puts you down to 21.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to take a look at in the shop?
No, I think I'm good.
All right.
I'm gonna get along with the story.
All right. You
All
have
right. Thank you for your bit. Thank you for. Thank you.
You're welcome, I suppose. Thank you for your business and for buying something, unlike your lovely friend there that just insulted our wares. So, and with that, you are free to return to
I
town.
agree.
About what time is it now?
9:30ish.
So there's about 30 minutes before the
Actually, I'm gonna pin
Before
it
the
closer
big
to
event?
10 p.m., which gives you 2 hours before the event.
Oh, 2 hours before New Year's.
Yeah, essentially, this is literally based on New Year's.
All right. I'm gonna spend the next 2 hours still just chilling out with the townspeople. Is there like can I see what type of groups of people are around?
Absolutely. So obviously, there's a lot of children just running around, kind of loose. Their parents are keeping an eye on them, but it's kind of their day to be a little crazy and wild. There's several groups of people that are sitting around at these long feasting tables, enjoying the food, enjoying the ale. There is several like small circle groups around the bonfires, enjoying various music. There's a small group of like 3 performers near the fountain. And there are several loner or like small groups scattered around the very edges of the town square outside of the firelight.
All right. I'm gonna make my way towards like the group of kids, not like directly near them. Are they like actively playing or?
Yeah. They're like running around playing like some sort of like tag thing with each other, like just chasing each other around the square and like shrieking with laughter, especially because they get to be up late. This is late for them.
I'm gonna be kind of like around the corner from like where they're all playing, and then I'm gonna, because I feel like being a little mischievous because I'm still a little tipsy here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and I'm gonna see if you would let me use it to appear around the kids and throw a snowball at one of them to start a snowball fight.
Is Mage Hand's a cantrip for you?
Yep.
Yeah. Roll really quick for me. Just roll Do you the only magic modifier? What's your mod for spellcasting?
+5.
+5? Okay. Can you roll spellcasting for me?
Yep.
It's gonna be a pretty like super easy to pass roll. Oh Jesus! Yeah, no, absolutely no problem. Yeah, you cast Mage Hand, and you collect up like a perfectly like spherical ball of snow, and it snakes its way around the corner. Do you want this Mage Hand to be visible?
No.
Okay, so it snakes its way around the corner, and with everything going on, and nobody notices like a floating snowball. And so the Mage Hand rears back and absolutely fucking beats one of these kids.
Oh my god.
Just like
My goodness.
just like right in the face. And it's a little it's a little like halfling child, so they're like smaller than their friends too. And they like let out a shriek. And for a moment everyone's like, oh no. What's just happened? Is this gonna go badly? But they start like laughing, and they immediately turn around to one of their friends that had been behind them, make a much lumpier, less well put together snowball, and beat it right at them. And all these kids, it just quickly devolves into like the world's worst coordinated snowball fight. And they're all like laughing and like shrieking with laughter. And some of the parents look a little disgruntled because their kids are going to now be soaking wet and probably dirtier than they would be before. But the kids are having a great time.
And I'm just gonna kind of smile and then walk back towards the music.
That's sweet. Okay. For sure. I will ask if anybody else has any interactions they want to make in the town square, or if anybody would like to visit, and I know, Ren, you would, the apothecary.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I should open up the portal to that, shouldn't I?
Does anybody else want to visit the apothecary?
I'll visit the apothecary.
Okay, anybody else? Going once? Going twice? All right, you two are going to enter the apothecary. Which building did you put the apothecary in?
It'll be the one to the right of the tavern. Give me a second.
Yeah, because I know where that is.
Fancy tavern right there.
Yes, I see it.
And link portal.
Open it. Open it. Let me see. You chose the one with the coffee shop sign?
Okay,
And the bread.
I'll just put plants over it. Ignore it for now.
The coffee and the tables.
Don't die.
I can die if I want to, motherfucker. You don't control me.
Dying aloud.
Oh.
If you die, then the game
Annabelle,
mechanics
what are you doing here?
Maybe I have.
How else am I
dragons-
supposed to voice Felice?
Don't worry about the fact that these come with preloaded NPCs.
Oh, I just threw that guy in there mainly because when I read his description, it said collects rocks, can teach you about rocks.
No thoughts,
only rocks.
Do you want to be No Thoughts Only Rocks?
I mean, if you want me to, yeah.
I would love to, but you haven't gotten to voice anybody, so it's up to you. You don't have to.
I mean, I'm down. I'm down.
Alright.
Why not?
And
All
also,
right.
you know the apothecary shop items, so you can feel free to take the reins on this interaction, bud.
True.
Wait, is the snowball fight happening in the middle of town? Like where the fountain is?
Absolutely, it is.
All right, everybody roll for Dex to see if you get hit.
I literally have to walk through it. That's my.
Yeah.
I demand Dex
You know
roll.
what? You know what? Now, since you brought that up, yeah, why don't you two make Dex saving throws for me?
Okay.
Ooh.
La 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 la. Okay.
I love overusing saving throws. It brings me such joy. I use them for the most mundane things.
Wait, how? This is the first time I'm doing it. I'm scared.
You've got it. I believe in you.
How do I do things? How do I do things? How do I?
Pussy boss, this is all you.
Okay,
I
we
am
got a
technically
12.
out there. I just want to look at the apothecary.
Oh,
All right.
oh, okay.
12.
Muriel, are you also going into the apothecary then?
No, I just wanted to look at it. I
Oh, you're
can't
just
look at it
looking
from, without not being in there.
Fuck, who's this Annabelle person? Why are they down here?
I know
Don't worry about
Annabelle's
them.
here.
Annabelle's followed you. Don't worry about Annabelle.
Annabelle thinks I stole it.
Just worry about
Oh.
Felice. Felice is the only one actually here. I love how I just described the shopkeepers as intense. Okay, Ren, you absolutely got beamed with a snowball.
Right in
It
the
hit you
face.
right in the chest.
Did a child hit me?
Did a child is the one that threw it? Yes.
Oh,
Are you
no.
going to
Hey,
retaliate
in their
against a
defense,
child?
it was a very strong child.
Oh no. It was not like it wasn't a well-formed snowball. Like when it hits you in the chest, it immediately like falls apart and just kind of splatters everywhere.
Ren glares at the child with absolute malice. And kind of twitches, but stops himself from doing anything to the child and just keeps walking towards the apothecary shop.
And you got beamed by a spiteful child who cackles with absolute mischief at the look you send them and runs off. Yeah, exactly like that. Thank you. And then Sabor, I'm gonna need you to make one because you went to the apothecary.
All right.
Forgot your name for a second. My bad. I'm keeping track of a lot of names.
Not good. Oh shit. What the hell? Am I rolling
Dex
again?
saving throw.
A dex. All right, cool. Where are my dexes? They're there. Oh.
Or miss our music. We don't have fun town music. Sabor, you also get hit with a snowball.
Oh no!
This one doesn't hit you as solidly as the one that hit Ren, due to the height difference. It hits you like the outside of your thigh.
Hits him in the dick.
No. If he had rolled lower, it might
outside.
have, but the outside of your thigh. Yeah, like you were walking and it hit like near your hip.
Damn. Goddamn little kids. I just glare at them.
All right.
Give them a good scare.
Yeah, honestly, they're a little more frightened of you than they were of Ren, and they kind of scatter a little bit.
He is a dragon.
He is a dragon.
That's Robert. Don't worry about it.
Did you add another dude in?
No,
it's
it's just Robert.
it's the bot.
Oh.
Like Robertify. I'm sorry.
Oh, you added Robert.
Robert.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right.
Um,
You guys are in. Let me describe to you the shop. I know I said I was gonna let Saki take the lead, but then I realized I didn't tell you about the shop.
Ow.
Yeah.
And you deserve to know about Nightshade Apothecary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's a darker wood exterior. The sign is very crisp and well maintained in a dark oak wood. It reads Nightshade Apothecary. The inside, ignore what it looks like in here because that is not accurate to how I'm about to describe it.
No, I think it is.
No, the inside is, in my notes, dark and ominous, lit by floating magic orbs. And this one definitely feels vaguely claustrophobic. Not even vaguely, it feels distinctly claustrophobic. There's a low counter, and the walls are lined with various potion components from, like, pickled animal parts to bones to rocks, lots of rocks, to finished potions. All kinds of things line the walls. And it's like almost cliche, like when you think of an apothecary. This is like the cliche, like dark and gloomy and kind of scary. But it's a little bit too unsettling for you to poke too much fun at. Which I think is going to make it all the more interesting when you meet the man that runs the shop, who I don't think is going to match the vibe.
I don't think I'm going to
At all,
either.
which is gonna be fun. But yeah, it's a very like dark, ominous place. It's lit with like very cold. Like these are not like yellow light orbs. They're bright, like just pure white magic orbs. So it puts everything in a very stark light. There's long shadows, very sharp edges to everything. It's almost disorienting, and it definitely feels a little claustrophobic. It's got high, close shelves and a low counter at the front, and that's where you will find Felice, the owner of the apothecary, sitting.
Look at DMs. Oh man, that's such a weird frog I have in my throat. That's
Maybe I'm lying to you.
Getting
Wait, I might be lying to you.
spend?
I might be lying to you. Wait,
Oh.
wait.
Oh.
Oh.
Never mind. I wasn't lying to you. You're fine.
Okay, we're good.
Yep. Yeah, you're absolutely
Alright.
fine. Sorry. I'm
Alright.
I'm instructing Saki in the ways of playing an NPC and role playing. So.
I've never done it before, so I wouldn't know what it's like.
I'm just kind of Saber just kind of walks in and he's just kind of browsing the shelves, looking at everything.
Yeah. Same with Ren, though when he enters like after Saber does and seems pretty surprised to see that Saber's in here also.
Welcome to my abode. How are you gentlemen today?
I'm fine.
Well, take a look around. If there's anything you want, plants, potions, I have them both.
Ren walks directly up to Felice. Is that his name? Felice.
Yes.
Felice Navidad.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways. Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you too, little bitch.
Ren looks at him and he's like, I've heard that you're the apothecary of this town.
Indeed, I have the potions and the plants. Best in the business, in my opinion.
Ren just nods and rubs his chin. Interesting. I was the apothecary in the town that I used to live in. But I've been traveling, trying to broaden my horizons.
Alright.
Do you have anything that is out of the ordinary?
Out of the ordinary? Why, certainly. To start off, this is my personal favorite. But I have this beautiful glowing yellow potion. He begins to pull out. He like starts like pacing backwards towards like a little. Or actually, no. He fucking fuck. He
You got this.
he grabs from like under the counter, like this surprisingly vibrant like yellow glowing potion, and he says, "This is my favorite one. It turns like whatever you pour onto it, as long as it's living. I've tried it on rocks and sadly it doesn't work. I love rocks. If you ever want to hear more about rocks, I've got you covered. But that's besides the point. It's really, so take a look at my hand. as I pour this potion onto my hand, it turns it into a torch, basically. And as he begins to pour, it's almost like it's almost like the yellow stuff inside the potion is like its own life, and it starts to like cover his hand and starts wrapping around his wrist a little before stopping at the arm. And you see it glow brighter than it originally was within the potion, and it starts to shine out, and it illuminates the apothecary. And what once was like a pretty dark and scary apothecary is now pretty well lit.
Did that just so that it would match what it looks like?
No, not just so that it would match what it looks like, but it's one of the potions that I wrote down. And
I know, I just think it's funny.
That's it. Out of soda.
Out of soda.
I didn't realize that would come out of the NPC.
Annabelle in the corner.
Annabelle in the corner is out of soda. That was
So
supposed to be a
in the
message
dark.
from me.
She's just standing in the dark.
Standing in the
out of
No,
dark.
soda.
I'm not supposed to be here. I just want to look at it.
Please. Anyways,
Fair.
Ren. Wait, so the potion made Felice start like glowing, right?
Not Felice, just his hand that he poured it onto.
Oh. Ren just squints at Felice's hand and he's like, huh. Okay. Do you have anything related to... what's the word? Health?
Health, of course. He shuffles around, you hear bottles clinking, and then eventually he says, here it is. He brings out a nice, like, jubilant, I guess. Yeah, that's not even a word to describe a potion, though.
It's definitely not.
It's a very happy-looking potion.
It's a very happy looking person.
It's a very happy potion.
You know what? He has a smiley face written on the potion bottle. There's a smiley face on it, and he's like, good old healthy potion. This one took me out of a cold so quickly. I remember when the flu passed around, and I made a nice batch of these, and everyone, it almost passed immediately. And for reference, this health potion that he's holding within his hands right now, the nice, bubbly, bright,
Jubilant.
happy, and jubilant, mind you, potion, will heal either a flat 12-8 health points, or if you wanna spice things up, if you wanna gamble but with your life, you can roll a d20 and it'll heal that much.
Ren just looks at Felice and then leans a little closer. Is that the strongest one that you have?
Strong. I mean, I hate to break it to you, and as an apothecary, it's a little embarrassing, I might say, but we've been having a bit of a... I mean, as you can tell by the outdoors, it's a little difficult growing plants, so sadly this is the strongest potion I can make until the weather seems to turn around, which I really wish it would, because I am desperate for money. And flowers, of course. And rocks.
Sabor snatches the potion out of the apothecary's hand. Just
Wait.
Just snags it from him. Just to look at, just to grab. He's not stealing it or anything.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just picks.
He like flinches, and he's just like, okay, we're fine.
Yeah. I'm trying to pick it up, son of a bitch.
It looks like you picked up part of the counter.
I did. Bro, oh my god. I'm clicking up.
Everything's pick-upable.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we are. How much for it?
How much? Carry the 4. Add 3. I'm totally not pinging Trinity because I don't know.
Oh. Me and I having my Discord open.
Alright, I know it may seem a little pricey, especially in comparison to other places, but as there's a shortage in fucking weather, it'll be 3 gold pieces.
You can do better than that. Come on, bring it down a little bit.
I mean, roll for persuasion? Alright, I will let you roll for persuasion to see if I'll lower the price.
13.
Hold on.
Are you? Oh please! I wonder why you're typing in our DMs right now.
All right. So F starts with F. Felice is like thinking. He's like thinking hard. He hasn't had business in quite a while, but like at the same time, he like knows that he's like in desperate need of like any sort of money, and I'm sorry, but like I don't know if I can go any lower. This is pretty much as low as I can go. I personally think these are the best prices you'll get in town.
Best prices. $3 for a potion. 3 gold coins. That's a deal.
I mean, it is a deal. This truly is the best I can do. I don't have the time or I don't have enough resources to make more. It's just simple supply and demand. This truly is the best I can do. I'm sorry, I can't take any lower.
Fine. 3. I'm taking it.
Thank you so much for your patronage. We need more kind-hearted people like you.
Yeah. More kind-hearted, yeah, whatever. Alright, see ya!
Alright.
Sabor, are you dipping?
Yeah, I'm heading out now.
All right.
Actually, on the way, is there anything that I can swipe? Anything within arm's reach of the exit.
There's a couple of like potted plants and like some shiny rocks.
I want to take one of the shiny rocks.
Roll sleight of hand.
What?
Roll for sleight of hand. Alright. Shit, I need my thing. Alright, where's sleight of hand? Yeah.
You got this.
Did it roll?
Dehydrated gang. I don't see it.
There you go.
Ah. You don't manage to swipe it.
Alright. Yeah, then I just walk out.
Ren.
Sorry.
No, what were you gonna say?
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was like talking to myself and I forgot to mute.
Okay. Ren had just been standing to the side and looked very annoyed at the fact that Saber just swiped the potion and then bought it and left. So Ren just looks back at Felice and is like, "Do you have any more of those?"
Of course, I've got a few more right down here. Do you wish to purchase one, or do you want to just admire it? Oh, it's good worth.
Ren kind of stops and, like, hums to himself. Then he looks back at Felice and he's like, "Is there any way that I can get the recipe from you for this potion?"
Of course. Give me a second.
Give me a second, says Saku, scrambling to come up with a recipe for the potion.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Me, I wouldn't ever.
The joy is just going on Google and Googling health potion ingredients. This is why I labeled it.
What was the name of the potion again?
It's just a health potion. Baby.
It's just a basic health potion.
Alright. Of healing.
Yeah. Potion of healing. I think I added it to your backpack on the thingy already.
Alright, let me check.
Okay, Parker, I have the ingredients for you for a potion of healing.
Alright, shoot them to me.
I am typing them up now.
I do not see it. Let me refresh, actually. Ah, there we go, yeah, we're good.
Ignore the fact that it barely reads as English. Typing quickly is not a specialty of mine. And you are free to mess with that, but that is the official recipe.
Alright.
What you gonna do?
Ooh. Alright. I got this. I gotta write this down somewhere though, so I remember it for later.
You say it, I'll type it out.
Oh, that's fair. Alright. So the first part for the recipe is, of course, you're gonna need your container to mix it in. I'd say a solid how much would that be? Like a cup worth?
You think I know how many milliliters are in a cup? Are you insane?
I don't know what it means. Oh. Somebody's dog Bjorkin. Alright. So first you're gonna want about like a good sized cup, about as big as this flask, a little bit bigger on the off chance you have any on the off chance you have a little too much ingredient, if you know what I'm saying. And second, you're gonna want some distilled pure water.
Uh-huh. Saki? Saki? Saki, where'd you go? We've lost him.
Exploring your cave.
Hey, fun fact, I accidentally deafened for like 30 seconds there and I thought I lost you. I was thinking like, Saki, where'd you go? I left. So I left after distilled and pure water. What was the other ingredients?
The other ingredients are 3 red flowers.
Okay.
And by red flowers, I mean like fuck, what's a name for a red flower? That's not a rose.
Carnation?
Yeah, carnation. We'll do carnations. So 3 carnations. And then lastly, you're going to want to take a small red gem, grind it up into a nice powder. And then when you mix that all together in about, I'd put it at maybe 5 to 6 hours, it should come out to the health potion that you're looking for. You'll want to give it a little bit of time to settle in.
Ren has been writing everything down furiously.
I hope that
in his book.
Ramses has been writing everything down as well.
But yeah. Is he selling the recipe also?
If you'd be so kind to just tip like even just 1 piece of gold or 50 silver, it's a little struggling, and I know that we don't all pay for knowledge, and I'm fine, but if you wish, it would be greatly appreciated.
Ren nods and like offers like a genuine smile towards Felice because he has like respect towards other apothecaries if they're useful to him. Felice,
Fair and valid and real and true.
Ren also adds something. He's like, thank you. Before I leave though, I would like to ask you another question to see if you can help me with some knowledge that I'm seeking.
Of course, I will try my best.
I'm not sure how knowledgeable you are in the arts of potion making, but do you know anything about a potion of resurrection?
Ooh, I've heard about that one before. A potion of resurrection. I have heard of some, but only tales. I've never seen one in action. I've been trying my hardest to make it, and it's been in the works for a while. But I guarantee you, as you get closer to the kingdom that we're kind of connected to in a sense, it's the kingdom a bit north of here. The one that sort of has like, you know, they like control us, but not like super control us. You know what I'm saying? The kingdom north of here.
Are you talking about Exonate Kingdom?
Yes, Exonate
The
Kingdom.
kingdom
That's
that
what I
this
was.
town is a part of?
Yes, that one.
I was like, why is he
I
not just
completely
saying the name?
But yes, the Exonate Kingdom north of us, they've got some brilliant apothecaries over there, and I guarantee that you will probably find what you are looking for over there.
Red nods, and he's like, "Thank you. Your information is very much appreciated." And then he pulls out 2 gold coins and offers them to Fabrice.
Oh, thank you so much.
Ren just nods and then exits the shop.
Okay, that was fun. We got some character lore going on there. Okay.
Ow.
Ow. Yeah, exactly. Where's the portal? Help! I'm stuck.
It's the rug.
It's the rug.
Yeah, it also says Snowy Town above it and has a bunch of freaking character portraits.
Didn't know what it was over. I saw that, but I didn't know what it was connected to. Okay. So everybody is now in the town square. We've explored what there is to explore in this town. It is now 11:30 in the evening. And I'm pinning this last Aurora Borealis, this first Aurora Borealis. I don't remember which one I said. I think I said first Aurora Borealis. I'm pinning it at midnight. This is a New Year's type of celebration. So everybody's back in the town square. It is about 11:30. Some of the music is starting to wind down. A lot of the fires have kind of... Who made it daytime?
Aurora Borealis, so I changed it to Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis!
Whoa!
Oh my god, there's a lot happening.
So, a lot of the fires have kind of burnt down to embers. People are still out. They're still celebrating, but it's beginning to wind down. And as you come out, Ilaria, from the tavern, the performer from earlier, exits and comes out into the town, and she spots your little group. I'm saying that you've congregated together because I say so. And they immediately, like, raise one hand and, like, try and get your attention, wave you over. And they now, at this point, they've obviously also had a little bit to drink. As one performer must, if you're going to be one with your audience. So she's, like, waving her hand, trying to get y'all's attention. Ignore the fact that she's not actually here in the multiverse. It's weird to move NPCs, so...
Louise is right
Not
there.
really.
Okay, apparently it's not. Well, the person in charge of multiverse, I would like Ilaria out here.
Felice standing out
alright.
here.
Which one is that one again?
Ilaria is the performer from the tavern, as I said.
I gotcha.
Why is everyone so tall? I'm so short.
Fair, true.
So she comes out and she's like, I'm sorry, I keep fucking up the pronouns. So they come out and they're like waving their hand, like trying to get your attention from the side, like kind of close to where Flowers Georg was, near the job postings. And they're like waving their hand, trying to get your guys' attention.
Karen has been like feasting, literally just watching the tavern because they know that they're gonna come out pretty soon. So the second that they see, it's not Allura. What was their name again?
Ilaria.
Ilaria, I was close. The second they see Ilaria, they start walking over.
My God, I forgot about that. Are the rest of you going to go over and join them?
Yeah.
Yep.
As well.
Muriel?
Sure. Just to feel something.
Just to feel something. Muriel?
Just to feel something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready,
So you
ready.
guys all head over to the job board. At this point, a lot of the couples, like friend groups, are congregating, sort of thing, and they're all starting to look up at the sky. This aurora borealis should be starting any minute, but they're not looking up at the sky. They're looking at you, and despite the fact that they're obviously more inebriated than they were before, their gaze is quite intense, and they're looking at you, and it's piercing. Finally, they're like, "I have something I need to show you." And
What is that?
obviously I'm not going to show you in a moment. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to build up the suspense. God. So like I have something I need to show you, and I didn't show it to you earlier. I mean, obviously I was busy performing, and a good bard never leaves their post. But that's not the only reason. And not to sound weird or stalkery, I've been watching you guys the last couple of days at the performances, at the games, at the tournaments, whatever you want to call them. I've been watching your guys' performances, and, well, I mean, it was nothing extraordinary, but it was certainly better than most of the people around here who have been farmers and blacksmiths and whatever their whole lives and haven't traveled. And I needed to know that you were at least a little bit competent. And they reach to the job board behind them, and there's this big poster for like a work for farm hands, which makes sense, it's a farming town, and they grab it and they rip it down. And behind that poster is a much smaller one, but a much fancier call. It has beautiful, bright red ink and an artistically illustrated image of the castle at the center of Exonate Kingdom. And the script is swirly and beautiful and a little bit hard to read in the low light and the intoxication and the fact that it's very swirly. But what it is it's a call from the royal castle, from the royal kingdom. And it is a call for a job. It's not super descriptive on what exactly the job is. It really just says on the poster that, and I'll quote it here, the most important job you will ever take. Which is a bit presumptuous. I mean, let's be honest, a bit presumptuous, but, you know, it's the king. He can be presumptuous. And there is the reward for completing the job underneath, and that reward is 10,000 gold pieces. And and Ilaria turns to you, and they're like, now obviously it's not in my skill set. I'm merely a performer of the arts. I really can't offer much more than a lovely backing track to whatever adventures others may go on. I can write lovely ballads of your successes and of your failures, but when it comes to the actual battlefield, I'm afraid I'm a bit more of a liability than anything. But it may interest you, and God knows this kingdom could use some competent people fighting for it. And she looks back at all of you, and her gaze is that same. It's actually gotten more intense, and she's really... God, I can't even keep my own NPCs pronounced straight. And they're really, like, looking at you. They are, like, they are staring down. They are evaluating you. They're looking you up and down. They are taking in every detail of you that they can see. And they're like, it's not that simple, though. I mean, obviously, the job itself probably isn't simple. It doesn't really say much about what it is, but you wouldn't have been the first travelers, the first adventurers. I'm slipping into a strange Scottish accent. That's not my voice.
No, it is. It is.
You wouldn't have been the first travelers. You wouldn't have been the first adventurers to go. Many have gone. Many adventurers, many groups, but none have yet come back from applying. But I mean, if you succeed, if you land the job, if you finish it, my gods, that pay will set you and your entire bloodline for life. I mean, you'd never have to worry about coin again. I couldn't even imagine. Like I said, you seemed like the type of people who might be interested, and I'd rather he find someone to do this job before it becomes a kingdom-wide draft to find someone to do the job. And then they grin, and it's that sharp, feral, predatory sort of grin that they had on earlier. And it's definitely a little bit unsettling, and they go, that, or I'm just trying to get rid of you. You've no way of knowing, really. I mean, like I said, no one's ever come back. Maybe this is just my way of getting rid of the competition. And she looks between Lysandra and Sabor when they say that.
Well, if the pay is real...
I agree.
Guess there's no reason not to try. I need that money.
To me, elf, if you are walking us into something, I swear I will drive my axe through you. Do you understand me?
They like, and I'm so excited to get to use this word, they titter a little bit. It's like a nervous little laugh sort of thing. They're like, Now, really though, why would I be doing that? I mean, regardless of if you live or not, you leaving town is you being out of my competition here. So, I mean, there's really no point in going the extra mile and trying to get you killed, is there? Especially in such an elaborate manner.
It's 'cause you're jealous.
It's done.
You okay?
Get this man some water.
They reel back, almost as if you, like, physically, like, hit them or punch them. Like, they reel back. And they're like, I am trying to do something kind for you and the entire kingdom here. You don't think there's a reason that a job like this was covered up? Somebody else obviously wants it. And I was trying to give you a fair shot at it, but if you think it's some sort of elaborate ruse, then by all means,
Well,
pass it up.
You say that.
I think you're mistaken. I don't think that this is a ruse. I'm just warning you. Particularly you.
If you don't make it, that's not my fault. I've given you the pointer. Anything beyond that is up to you and you alone. I take no responsibility for where you land the moment you leave the borders of Alnwick.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't appreciate you acting like this is charity work that you're doing.
Is it not?
In no way is this... You're sending us to what you've already said is certain death for anyone else that's gone. So
know that. They
please,
just haven't
I
come
don't
back. They could be
appreciate the
chilling.
attitude.
I mean, I didn't say they died. I just said they haven't come back. It's on you that inherently implied that they died. They could be feasting in the
We all
Royal
know what
Hall.
that means.
Listen, I'm saying it's charity work. I get nothing out of this. You're travelers. You would have left Alnwick
You
on
already
your own
said you
eventually.
do.
I'm also a traveler. Oh, what do I get out of it? You're out of my hair. We're both travelers. We'd have a few more days together in this town, if that, and then we'd part ways and never see each other again.
Sorry, but implying that you'll be getting rid of some competition does tend to imply you are getting something from this.
Like I said, we're both travelers. Honestly, I'm getting rid of you as competition either way because I also travel. I don't spend my whole year here in Alnwick. I'm, learning to see the world. Can't find things to write ballads about in a little backwater town all year round. Got to go see things. So I wouldn't be here that long. What I meant by getting rid of competition was that we would not be performing in the same place. This is a large land, a large continent full of bards. You think I can get rid of everyone? That'd be ridiculous. Who'd I have to talk with?
You know what? Things are getting a bit hostile. Thank you for the tip. Let's just enjoy this Aurora Borealis. And I turn to gaze into the sky, as I assume it's going to be starting any minute.
You're already gone.
Karen goes up to Illyria as they've been listening. They look at them and say, that amount of money would be life-changing. And they pause for another moment before going. Whether the others are going or not, whether ulterior motives or not, I will be there. Thank you for the tip.
Laura's gonna like smile at you a little bit. Again, they are a little bit intoxicated, and they're like, "Love, bards deal in ulterior motives. Lying is our second nature, but I promise you, and you can take that for what you will from what I just said. This is not it. This town, this people, this land, this kingdom, this continent, these people are starving. And if this has anything to do with a way to fix that, I'm going to point the people I think can fix it in that direction. And I've travelled pretty far. And I think you might... I'm going Australian, but don't worry about that. And I think you might have it in you. Now, I'm going to ask if the rest of you are going to look up at the sky.
I'm already looking.
I mean, it's like shifting. So.
Listen, it hasn't happened yet in our moment, okay?
Oh, it hasn't.
No.
It hasn't.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, Ren is gonna look up when it happens.
Okay. Sabor, what are you gonna be doing?
Sabor's just kind of... He's just looking.
Okay.
Might as well. Pretty lights and all.
Yeah. So, pretty much right as this conversation, calling it wrapped up feels a little generous, but as it comes to a stop, and you all start to turn to the sky, so do all of the people around the square. The town square kind of falls quiet. A hush falls over the entire area. It's like the world itself is holding its breath for just this moment. And at first, when you look up, nothing happens, and there begins to be stirrings of unease, murmurings of nervousness, of confusion, maybe even of fear. And right before any of that really starts to break free, like that, the first trails of greens and pinks and even maybe even some blues out there start to streak across the sky in a beautiful masterpiece, a painting that stretches across the stars, and it swirls in shapes and eddies, and it looks like it's the air currents itself come to life and lit up. I mean, the sky is full of them. It's not one or two measly little streaks. It's like the moment it starts, everything just rushes in. It doesn't stop. The sky is awash in color. I don't think that I can do it justice with my words. If any fireworks display you've seen, it puts to shame. Any painting that is hung on any wall that you have passed through, it is put to shame. This is nature in its most pure and beautiful form, and you are there to witness it. And there is, I don't, regardless of your beliefs in the goddess, in the pantheon of this world, there is something ethereal and otherworldly about it, paired with the quiet from the town, from the world around you. You feel like even your footsteps on the snow would be muffled. This is almost an indescribable experience. Around you, couples, turn and they share a little kiss. Friend groups turn and kiss each other on the cheeks as it starts. And Karen, Ilaria bends down and gives you as well a quick little smooch on the cheek. At first, and lets out a little huff of laughter as they move to stand back up.
Karen chuckles with them and places their head on Ilaria's shoulder.
Ow.
Karen, aren't you 3 feet tall?
Yeah, maybe hip is better.
I was like, and Ilaria is a high elf, so yeah.
It's like a head on the hip, I guess.
And
lean.
She'll they'll wrap one arm like around your shoulders and kind of sit on the other side of the shoulder. They can reach that far. That makes sense. I'm going for it. You were saying?
I was gonna say, as Grander is looking up and taking in the beauty, he takes a deep breath and just real quickly, the goddess is Alaria or Alalia?
The goddess is there's a lot of E names I'm now realizing. The goddess is Ielia.
Ielia, my bad.
Ielia.
So Craner kind of just like closes his eyes and says, Ielia, let these people have a break this year. And he just kind of says it off to himself, just falling into the hope.
Rest of the party? Any reactions, actions taken?
Ren just stares at the sky, and his pupils dilate.
Okay.
Just chill.
Oops. Yeah?
Yeah, just hanging out.
Just chilling?
Looking at the sky. Looking at the sky.
No thoughts on
I'm gonna
this?
draw a picture in my book that I just found in my
Ready?
inventory.
Alright. Muriel. No thoughts on this, Sabor. He's just vibing.
Sabor has his mind on other ththings. He's
Fair.
like just looking at a pretty sky to him.
Fair.
Nothing about it seems very special to him.
Okay. Sure. Lysandra, what about you? That harmonized.
It's fucking harmonized. That was so beautiful.
Oh.
Holy shit! What a perfect moment.
Damn.
Yo, now do it in G major.
Can we get another chord?
I don't know.
There it is!
The noise I make to think is sometimes just humming.
What?
Oh my god.
I know you said words in there, and I'm sorry. I was so still thinking
It's
about
like
you
a robot.
harmonizing. I did not get any of it.
Wow.
You got this. I believe in you.
It's the random buzzing. It's every time a noise is made, you just hear the buzz. It's like Morse code.
Bzz, bzz.
SOS.
She laughs.
Is this from?
You've got this. Come on, man. I believe in you.
This is from WoW.
What's from WoW?
The music right now, it's from the
Oh,
Alnwick
I can't hear it.
Wait, is it? Hold on.
Yes, I was like, this is too familiar, you know. I've just played the game too much.
Oh,
Lysandra,
Two daggers.
we went through all of that. What are you doing?
Sandra is going to dance around and see if she can spot that widow from earlier.
Oh,
Oh.
the sister.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about the sister. You want to roll perception for me?
God. Yeah.
this would be such a sad time to get a nat one.
It's a really low pass because I want this to happen. So please, God, don't roll a nat one.
I don't control the die.
I'm. Do
Hope
it.
you realize.
5% of universes, this goes awful.
Don't say that.
Come on, man. You got this. Give me that roll. What? Who changed the sky? Why are we in sepia?
I'm
my
waiting.
This is
Tell
taking.
you what my modifier is.
I believe in you. I am sending you so much good energy and vibes right now to pass this check.
I am doing the opposite.
No, why?
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I mean, just a hater, bro. Damn.
You got a neutral. No, I
That's
believe in
not-
neutral thing. Better things happen with
Oh.
no energy.
I was like, that's kind of homophobic, man. You want them to?
Yeah, that's my motivator. Like,
Craner's actually just really homophobic. He hasn't told
hey,
anybody.
Yeah.
see, neutral Jing.
My multiverse crashed.
It's It's okay. This is near. We're almost done here. All right. You know what, Lysandra? You do find the wood elf from earlier. She is near the center of the crowd, near the pond. And you know what, Lysandra? She's looking around trying to find you too. So the two of you make eye contact. And the only reason you guys can make eye contact is because you both have dark vision as elves. Otherwise, this would be not as good. And she smiles at you like really, really shy, and like holds out like one hand.
I smile back and I move to take her hand.
Please. All right. You grab her hand, and she, like, the smile she gives you now is a little bit more confidence, more of a grin, and obviously there's a bit of a question in her eyes, because, you know, consent's important, and it's, you know, do you want it? Do you want it? It's tradition.
I pull a bit closer and ask, may I?
Absolutely. So she's gonna lean forward, and it's like a very like chaste, fluttery, nervous little kiss, and she's gonna do a little peck on your lips, and then like very quickly like pull back, like she's shocked with herself that she did that like she initiated too, and she's gonna like, oh, that was what you were asking about, right? Because I would be really embarrassed if that's not what you meant.
Oh. It absolutely was.
Lysandra, I have a question for you. While the rest of our party was going around in the town, did you ever happen to find a pink primrose?
I'm gonna say I did.
Okay. Are you going to give it to this unnamed character that I need to think of a name of soon?
I tuck it behind her ear so it's matching mine.
Screaming, crying, throwing up, sobbing, punching the wall. So yeah, no, her like face is like, she's like full like blushing. She's like a little bit of a mess right now. And she's like, right. Well, my name is my name is Mara. I figured we might want to get that out of the way at this point. Kind of did things a little bit backwards.
I don't mind. Lysandra.
Lysandra, that's just a really, really pretty name. You're new around here, right? I've kind of been keeping an eye out, you know, watching you the last few days. Not like a weird way or anything, just like I thought you were really pretty or anything. You know, sorry. I'm not good at this whole thing.
Need to apologize. I'm passing through at the moment. So I might be persuaded to stay at some point.
And her expression, which had like dropped a little bit when you said that, like perks right back up. She's like, yeah, well, you know, obviously you have to set off and go on your big adventures, but you know, if you ever pass through again, maybe we could chat. Maybe you could. Are you convinced to stay a few more days? I don't want to keep you from anything you have to do. Obviously, that's not my intention. I just would maybe like to spend some time with you when you have the chance, which obviously you don't now. I kind of heard that you have a thing, possibly, but maybe in the future. I mean, I'm still gonna be here. Right. Because I'll still be here. I don't travel. I live here. I do work. I'm an apprentice with the blacksmith, so I will be here whenever you come back If you do, no pressure, but I would really like it if you did, maybe.
Be sure to.
And she offers you like another one of like those like secret little grins, and she squeezes your hand. And she's what she does is she takes a little notebook out of her pocket, out of her like side bag, and she tears out a corner of the piece of paper, and she writes down her full name, and she writes down the name of the town. And she includes like, it's a little like really childish, like not like, she's not an artist, but it's a little doodle of like you, Lysandra, in the bottom, and a little heart next to it. And she takes like several seconds to psych herself up, and then like she almost like shoves it at you. It's like way more aggressive than it should be. And she's like, so you don't forget, because I imagine you meet a lot of people, and it's, you know, pretty common name. So you don't forget. And you'll find me at the blacksmith. It says it there. I kind of also live around there, so that's where I spend most of my time. You don't have to take it, obviously, like, it's an if it makes it feel like an obligation or anything. This could just be like a fun little, like, one night little, like, oh my gosh, we chatted and then never saw each other again, if you wanted it to be. But if maybe you didn't and you wanted to talk again one day, this is me, and where to find me.
Thank you. I take the paper, I hold it on my heart, and press a kiss to her cheek for tucking it safely away.
Excellent.
Say, we'll be sure to keep this safe while we travel.
Good. Exciting. All right. She's gonna squeeze your hand one more time. And she's like, well, I look forward to whenever you get back, and, you know, if you have the time to say bye before you leave. Yeah. And then she disappears back into the crowd. Her courage has run out. She's probably gonna go and scream about this happening in her room at the blacksmith's, and the poor blacksmith is gonna have to hear all about it. When it's all done, Alari is gonna turn to you guys, and she's gonna be like, so, you in? I mean, I'm glad that really sweet moment has passed for everybody. We had a bit of a moment for all of us. And she winks again at Karen, and she's like, you all gonna head out for it then? Because the deadline's coming up. You're gonna want to have to head out pretty soon if you're gonna make it.
I think you can count me in.
All right.
How about the rest of you?
Ren shrugs. He's like, I'll do it.
Okay.
Sabor agrees to go as well. He just kind of plainly says, "I'll go."
Nice.
Yeah.
Karen, you agreed before, correct?
Yeah, I've already agreed.
Yes. Okay, Muriel?
Yes, I will go.
Lysandra?
Well, if everyone else is going.
All right. I'm gonna call that,
Check
and
your
with that, what?
Check your DMs first.
What?
Before you end session.
What?
Check your DMs before you end session.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
You can. Go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, see, that's up to you. If it's a character moment, you can decide the pacing of it. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So after agreeing with everyone, and like everyone starts to do their own thing, enjoying the rest of the festival, Crander's going to kind of wander off to the edge of town alone, making sure that no one's really around him. And then once he gets out towards the woods, he is going to cast Unseen Servant. And as it starts to form this invisible figure, I just say out loud, I just wanted you to enjoy the view as well. I promise I'll make things better.
Damn.
The lore.
And with that, I will call that the end of the first session of Eye of the Storm. Fun fact that I just want to throw out there. Every single flower that was mentioned are all winter flowers. They bloom in the winter, they bloom in the cold, and I looked up all of their meanings, and all of their meanings are relevant to the plotline for this campaign. I spent too many days researching just flowers. Saki can attest. I did that for like 2 weeks. That was all I was
Yep.
doing.
Yes, sir.
I will share with you one of them. That's holly. It's in Celtic belief. It was controlling the dark winter months. Holly wreath crowns were common. Newborn babies were bathed in water from leaves to protect them from harm. It's associated with peace and goodwill, thunder and lightning, and good luck. In druidic belief, it's tied to fertility and eternal life. And in more general beliefs, it is a defense, a kind of spiritual plant, and symbolizes domestic happiness. Another fun fact is I'm planning on learning how to play the lyre, so...
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Lovely.
Interesting.
Yes. But
Interesting.
that's where I will call our session for tonight, which is... I'm surprised, because that means I actually ended it in a shorter time frame than I had spaced out, which has never happened in my sessions before. It's the joy of having things planned out all the way to the end. So...
I want to ask, are we looking at a weekly, bi-weekly type of schedule?
Right now, we're looking for weekly. When
Yay.
classes and things start up, that may change to be bi-weekly as people's schedules change. But for now, looking for weekly sessions.
All right, awesome.
Let's go.
And thank you, everybody, so much for joining us
tonight.
tonight.
I'm
And
exhausted.
I hope that
so
you
I'm
enjoyed
gonna
sitting here for the
sleep.
last
I will see you guys next week.
several hours. I hope you enjoyed staying with us. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you had fun, and hopefully we will be here next week for session 2 of Eye of the Storm. This is my first time streaming D&D, so hopefully I might also have my setup more figured out by next week. But thank you again for joining, and I hope you have a lovely moment in time and stay comfortable.